Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I said, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on?
Oh, God.
It is another Thursday evening, and you guys know every week, man, I like to do when Persona Speaks. We on episode, what is this, 16 right now? Yeah, we on episode 16, and this is actually a really, really special episode because, as you can see, it's not just me. I got guests with me. You feel me? I got some really, really dope people with me that, yo, man, these ladies and gentlemen they're gonna drop some knowledge for you guys on what we're gonna talk about today. Trust me, it's gonna be crazy. But before we get into the intros and everything like that, for those that don't know, When Persona Speaks is one of my personal podcasts that I do on my channel outside of Mind of a Gamer, which is every Saturday. And it's dedicated to talking more in depth about all things gaming, the community that comes with it. I really try to, this is a more personal podcast where I like to really go in, right? So I already gave, my guests, I gave them the rundown, like, yo, you might hear some cursing, you might hear, the N-word slide a couple times. I already put it in the description that explicit language will be used just in case. So, it's going to be dope. It's going to be a really amazing time. So with that being said, I have to introduce the panel because these guys, they are going to really make this show what it's meant to be. So first off, let's start with the ladies, of course, with Miss Video Game Her. Please introduce yourself and let us know the games you're playing throughout the week.
All right. So what's good, everybody? It's your girl, Nia, the Video Game Her. And as far as games I've been playing through the week, kind of like how we were talking about before the podcast started, I really haven't had a lot of time to game, just like adulting. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much been my life for the last couple of weeks. But I guess if I guess I could count this. I got a review code for Earthlock.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little sick, so y'all gotta be patient with me. So I have a review code for a turn-based RPG called Earthlock. I got a review code from my channel. So I've been playing that, and I should be having an impressions video coming up real soon if you guys are into turn-based RPGs.
That's a really good.
What else have I been playing? I've been playing a little bit of God of War here and there whenever I get an opportunity to sit in front of my TV and actually play a game. I've been playing this other indie game called Manticore Galaxy on Fire. It's like an arcadey, like space shooter. Kind of puts you in the mind of old school Star Fox. It's actually a really cool game. I like little games like that. It's a really good pick up and play game. It's on the Switch. So if you are into like portable games, pick up and play something you can play for a little bit and then put it down. Like that's the kind of game you want to play. You know what I'm saying? Like the missions and stuff are like real short and like to the point. So it's a pretty legit thing to play.
Okay, that's on the Switch or what? What's
yeah?
Okay.
I think I don't know if it's on other platforms as well, but I'm playing it right now on the Switch. So
okay.
It's pretty dope.
All right.
But I think that's pretty much all I've really been playing. But a lot of it has been real touch and go, like I mentioned before, because my life is trash. So.
Yeah. Stop. Just so I could get this on stream again, huge respect. Huge shout out to Video Game Her, man. Really do appreciate her taking out the time to bless the podcast and to drop the knowledge that she about to drop today. You guys got to stay tuned because, let me tell you something. This sister right here, she's very well spoken. Okay, I'm on her. I follow her on Twitter. I got her on Facebook. She knows her stuff. So I'm excited to hear what she got to say.
Now I feel like I gotta live up to these expectations. Like what the frick?
Next we got another part of SheAttack.com, another part of the council, also on Double XP podcast. Yo, Crunk, you be all over the world on YouTube, yo. It's crazy.
AKA Baby Mama.
Of course, baby mama number one. How many baby mamas we got here?
That's my baby mama number one.
Okay.
Shout out Erica's for the win. That's baby mama number 2.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Erica.
I got a couple of other baby mamas out there too, because I rock heavy with these women in the community, man. I love the ladies that we have in this community. We got some smart, intelligent ladies, and this woman here is definitely one.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of love for Crunk Girl, man. She's really dope, man. She knows her game and shit. Crunk, introduce yourself. Let us know the games you've been playing throughout the week.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. It's your favorite gamer girl, Crunker711, back at it again. Thanks for having me. This is actually a discussion I think needs to happen because it's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of lame ass people out here don't know what the fuck a nerd really is. What have I been playing? Like Nia said, she's teaching and I'm the student. I've been in school, so I really hadn't been able to really play like I want to. But I've been kind of diving into Ghost Recon. That's been my sit down and chill game while I stress over like finals because my finals was like last week and the week before that, so I wasn't really getting no sleep and writing mad papers and taking tests and my life is trash too. But I'm on summer vacation right now, so Ghost Recon really been playing that a lot. I really like that game. And I played a little bit of God of War, but I'm gonna get back into it. That's gonna be my summer game. That's gonna be the game that I play for the summer. So hopefully I can play and enjoy that probably this month, probably this weekend. I'm gonna probably try it. Yeah, because that's a game you got to really sit with. Because I don't be want to be in party chat with that. I actually want to sit with that game and, you know what I'm saying, engulf that game.
Yeah, that's definitely a game that you have to. God of War is a selfish experience. You know, you really gotta. You want to soak it all, and you don't want to have to worry about answering questions on stream, and you want to just play the game. And you're in for a treat. It really is a good game.
Only time I want to stream that game is like if I got a farm. Like I don't want to be having to look at comments and then trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. No, I get that. Believe me, I do. It's a breath of fresh air, or as you would like to say, it's a good palate cleanser. It cleanses the palate.
And some games are like that. Like for me, Ghost Recon is like my palate cleanser. It's a game that I don't have to think, and it's just a game that I can just enjoy. I can eat and play. You know what I'm saying? Certain games.
Yeah. No, I get that sometimes, especially me as a gamer, especially when I'm not streaming. You know, when I'm playing games, I did it a lot during God of War. I'd be playing, I'd pause and just, go through social media for like 30 minutes. I like to do that. So it's definitely an experience you want to experience by yourself. But again, thank you for being here, man. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate both of you ladies, man. Really, thank you, both of you, for coming through.
Man. Thank you for asking.
Of course. And then we got this is 2/3 of the Mod Boys in the building. Yo, we got the bright light. Oh, you feel me? We got Demigod reviews. This ain't mug, so you can't say getting a big bowl of mug in the morning, but we definitely about to feed y'all some good information. But yo, Demi, please introduce yourself and let everybody know the games we've been playing throughout the week.
Am I good? Am I clear?
Of course.
Making sure. Okay, cool. Of course. What's up, everybody? Demigod Reviews here, the review titan himself from the planet Titan. What have I been playing this week? I beat God of War. That felt great. I'm playing through Yakuza 6. I went back to NBA Live. I've been playing Bleed, and I went back to Cuphead to try to beat it on hard mode.
Even if you suck at it like I do.
Okay. That's all you've been playing?
Yeah, it's been a light week because I've been moving.
I know you did that review, that God of War review, right? That's a light week. Hey, listen, man, that is a light week because I know Demi. He'll play like no bullshit, like 10 games in a week because he got to review a few of them, both some indies, but. He plays his games.
I mean, his name says it all. He can't be out here named Demigod Reviews and be frauding. Ain't got no reviews up. So
Facts.
He also can't be out here not playing these games. You feel me? So because folks out here in the community, they will pull your card, man. So you always got to be ready. Exposed. But so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So for today, man, there's been a lot of crazy things going on in social media, like always, man. When it comes to the gaming community, we've got the crazy side of people that they take debates too serious. They take the console war too serious. They follow people around on social media. They disrespect people. They dox people. They mean people's pictures and all those things. That's the weird. That's the weird and crazy side of the gaming community. But then you have another side of the nerd, I'll say the nerd quote unquote community, where especially within the black community, the black nerd, black gamer, whatever you want to call it, community, where there is a war, I'll say, a social media war that's really been raging on for a while. It's happened before, then it dies down, then it always comes back. But there's been like this war where, you know, it's nerdy women versus nerdy men, or regular women versus nerdy men. And, you know, you've got a lot of nerdy men, quote unquote blurs. You know, some of us like to be called blurred, some of us don't, because I know there was some people in some comments I was reading that said that that's actually offensive. I don't know how, but whatever. So, you know, there's some blurred men that feel that a lot of women were overlooking them since high school, and they weren't appreciating nerdy men, and how, you know, a lot of things that we're doing now, like as far as gaming, comic books, anime, cosplay, all these different things, is a result of people trying to fit in to something that they really, truly don't support or follow or really consider themselves, but more of a trend. Now, the other part of it is there's a lot of blurred women, or regular women for that matter, just women period, that feel that there is a lot of men, especially nerdy men, that tend to overlook women or tend to shun women who don't fall within the category of what they like, or, you know, like to use the excuse that, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, that like to use the excuse that, you know, women don't go for nerdy guys. They like the hood guys. They like the dudes with the pants off his ass guys. They like those type of dudes. They don't go for nerdy guys that watch Naruto and play video games. And then you got women that are saying, no, it's because you're stinking. You're not taking care of yourself hygienically. Now, it's sparked a lot of, you know, conversation. So, you know, this is why I brought this panel together. This is why I brought everybody together, because I want women and men, as you can see, women and men on the panel. I want everybody to express their viewpoints on what's being talked about, their viewpoints on how they feel about the situation, and also, you know, overall give like an overall synopsis of what really is the deal. You feel me? Because, you know, we've had people like I know Childish Gambino. I know he dropped this song, and then there was an issue where he was saying that my nerdiness wasn't accepted within the black community. So that sparked a lot of nerdy dudes like, yeah, you know, I feel the same way. You know, people didn't like me because I was into anime and, you know, all these other different things, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, I remember a couple months ago, especially when Black Panther was first coming out, how Michael B. Jordan said he was into anime. And you had a plethora of women like, oh, see, this is what a nerdy man's supposed to be like. Oh my God, he's so oh my God, he's so hot, he's so cute. This is a nerdy man. I watch anime too, Michael B. Jordan. I like Boruto or Burrito or whatever his name is. Like, you know, you get the crazy side of both of the spectrum on both sides. So what I want to start off is, and let's start with and I want this to be a conversation. So, you know, feel free to chime in and whatnot. But oh, Chris, you were here? Oh shit. Another right in the building.
I just slid in. What's good?
My dude.
Hey, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I need you to put some bass in your voice. Cause
you ain't on the phone. You ain't on the phone with you know what?
Right.
Stop.
You feel me?
Stop.
Yo, real quick, introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Chris Kazama, coming straight from the Greatness Away show. You might know me as Breezy TV previously, but yes, you know, light skinned PlayStation rapping nerd. I'm in here. Let's get it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate you coming through. But so let's start with the ladies. Start with you, Video Gamer. You can start us off. My question is, what do and this is your definition, not the textbook definition. What is your idea of a nerd or blurred? That was probably the best thing you said all night. Oh no, I think we're having mic issues. Oh no. All right, let's go to Crunk. Crunk.
Yeah.
What is your idea of a nerd or a blurred? Nerd or blurred, whatever you want to refer to them as.
I think it's like it's hard to explain. I think a nerd can be someone who doesn't conform to the norm. You know what I'm saying? Who's not like the trendy person. Like you can dress crazy as hell, and I mean not crazy as hell. You can dress like the dopest dope dealer in the world and still be a nerd because you can like freaking anime and comic books. I don't think it's how you look per se. People call a lot of people nerds or lame or whatever, but I don't think there's like no direct definition per se. Because it's a lot of us who you may see in the real and be like, yo, you play video games? Like, so I think for the most part, I think it's someone who does something out of the norm. Someone who either likes comic books, video games, anime, like all that type of stuff in one.
Okay.
Somewhere in that category.
So it's more so so for you, it's more so what they like as opposed to how they look. Yes,
because I know many, like I would like Red's a nerd, but would you think that she plays video games? No. like or Nia. Before I met Nia, I didn't think she was like so into video games. Like you just can't go by the cover. I would never think Breezy would be a nerd. Breezy's a nerd. But he's a cool ass nerd. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Miss Nia, you good? Your mic is good?
Yeah, man, I'm back. Sorry, my Bluetooth was it needed to be charged. My bad.
That's cool. All right, so to you, what is a nerd / blur?
I have to agree with Jaleesa. In my opinion, a nerd has always been a person who liked things who weren't necessarily the most trendy things. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much to echoing what she said, a person who likes comic books, gaming, especially before this stuff became more popular, because current, culture has made it a little bit more stream. For example, like Marvel is doing their thing in the movie space. So a lot of people are considered quote unquote Marvel fans now. But before that was a thing, like people who were out here reading Marvel comics when it wasn't the trendy thing to do, I feel like these are like the true nerds. Like these are the people who had this underground connection to other people who like the same thing. In my opinion, that's what it is. It doesn't have anything to do with what you look like. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too deep into my background, but you know what I'm saying? I agree with what she said.
Okay. Chris.
I mean, pretty much piggyback. I mean, what they said.
Oh no, this mic issue is all over the place today.
Oh man,
the devil busy, I tell you.
Oh man.
Allow it.
Yo, Chris, you there? You good?
I think he just dropped out again.
Oh man, all right. Demi, what's a nerd to you, man?
A nerd is that dude who read comics and play games and was really about the Yu-Gi-Oh life. To me, that because I associate Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblade, and you nerdy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I love
Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Beyblade, whatever you play, it's nerdy stuff behind it. But just generally piggybacking on what they both said, it's just generally people who had ties to the underground, and it was really about like the comics and gaming and card culture and cosplay culture, and everything's been kind of like normalized in every sense of what geek and nerd culture is today.
I asked that question because I seen someone on Facebook post something that said that they were using like the way they were as a person, and they were trying to tie that in with them being a nerd, and then actually trying to pass that off as their personality trait, which is something that people, being a nerd isn't a personality trait. It's something that it's something that you, it's
the things that you do.
Yeah, it's the things that you do. Like, just because I'm a nerd doesn't mean I also can't be a misogynistic womanizer. These things are rude or disrespectful or polite or open-minded or social. At least personally, I mean, the official definition of a nerd, or what a nerd is someone that is socially awkward, is someone that isn't really can't pick up on social cues, doesn't really have many friends and things like that. Now, my next question to you guys is, in the Black community, right? How how have you guys been? Have you guys had any issues with fitting in with, trade down the street that's selling a couple dime back? Like, not saying that you all, have you guys had problems fitting in with other black people that don't really view or like the same things that you like? Or did you have any way of being like, outcast or anything like that?
I mean, me speaking personally, I dealt with it, younger on while I was a kid in school, because I was that kid that, like every other nerd. I played trading card games, I played video games, and I mean, like Nia said earlier, these things haven't always been as trendy as they are right now, so people will look at you weird. But I think that's more so, if we're talking school, that's more so, what's the word I'm looking for? Peer pressure, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, because I remember when in high school, I was reading manga, reading comic books, playing video games and things like that, but I was also on the football team. You feel me? I did all that.
For sure. I have a similar experience, by the way.
I'm pretty sure, Nita, share your experience, like in terms of like school and being, I guess, considered a nerd outcast in the black community.
All right. First off, I was born in the hood, okay? I'm from the projects. So off top, sorry, I got a cough drop. So off top, one of the things that I learned, even before this whole like nerd nigga conversation was coming up and something like that, one thing that you learn how to do when you're from the hood is you learn how to code switch. You learn how to switch from what you was brought up with, your upbringing.
Exactly. And
then you know how to switch over to certain middle class standards that you're expected to know in the expectations in school. So when I was coming up, I knew when to turn it off, when to turn it on. So that's first thing. Second off, I had always been an athlete. Since middle school, I had always ran track and stuff like that. So I was being acclimated to being in social situations with different types of people. So that's first thing. So I never was, how can I say this? I never was like attacked by like quote unquote popular people, because even though I wasn't a popular person, I was cool enough to where people didn't mess with me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
However,
I get that.
You was the chick that like Naruto, but you also the chick that beat up bitch ass.
Thanks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people who knew me though thought I was like whack. Like my mom and my brothers and my sisters, for example. They still make fun of me to this day. I'm 31 years old. They still make fun of me to this day because I play video games and I like comic books. I remember one time, like one summer, like some years ago, I had on like a Marvel crop top, and like my mom was like, "Oh, I see you got that cartoon shirt on again." Like, what you mean? This shirt is badass. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it is. I feel like there is this stigma, and I don't deny that it exists. There is this stigma in the black community that there's a certain way to be black, like in video games, like in comic books, like in anime. Is not part of that description of what it means to be black.
It's not.
So I do agree in those regards. As far as me personally, people didn't mess with me because my mug was on me and I was a cool nerd. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you could talk about, nerdy stuff, but also, be able to converse about, the more popular topics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was my experience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I wasn't always like that. I just learned and adapted to be that, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense.
I don't want to go too deep because I know you got other stuff to talk about as well in relation to that.
You're free. Don't let me stop you if you want to,
I mean, it is the free podcast.
Oh yeah. Demi, I need you being in Chicago.
Man.
With that Chicago pizza, bro. I know it's hard.
I told you what I did to your pro once you said it.
But being around, the people that you've been around growing up, is it hard? Was it hard having to hide who you truly were, or did you find yourself having to really pull back or not being able to socialize with people that you felt were above your class, so to speak, when it came to what you like?
I'm gonna keep it 100,000. I just was open about what I enjoyed, what I liked, what I enjoyed, what I did, all kinds of stuff. Bro, I'm gonna be 100. I was that odd, goofy kid in like 7th grade who was rocking Trip jeans.
Really?
Yeah.
We'd have been best friends.
So I mean, keeping it a buck though, I did get bullied and I did get teased a lot, and like I took like some heat, but I was like, I'm not finna change who I am just because people don't like me.
Yeah.
I wore the Venom shirts. I wore the DC shirts. I wore the cool hoodies. I kept the GBA on me at all times. I kept the PSP on me. Like it was just those things where I was like, I'm not finna change who I am. Just like I listen to rap and rock when people ask to borrow my MP3 player, they be like, "What you listening to, bro?"
Yeah.
So
I was that nerd though, because I was someone where I listened to rap, R&B, but I also listened to pop. You feel me? I also listened to, and this is where I think my extremism comes in. I listen to a lot of anime music.
Yeah.
I don't listen. I was like in my household, I was blasting the Inuyasha outros in the crib because them shits is butter. You feel me? The Naruto intros and outros, fighting dreamers.
Fun fact.
Listen, man, I wake up to fighting dreamers. You feel? What did I tell y'all my favorite
intro?
That's weird.
What I tell y'all my favorite intro was for Naruto. Naruto, the original Naruto opening 5. If you ain't heard Naruto opening 5, you ain't heard anime music. I'm just saying.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was one of those kind of people where I didn't feel like I had to talk about my hobby because I never knew that it was a thing. Like, I was the kind of person, like, I'll play video games, but I wasn't like, to me, it was just another thing that I liked, like similar to like liking movies or liking music. Like, to me, it was never like, this is who I am as a person. It's just something that I like. You know what I'm saying? So I can't relate to that because that's never been me. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade. That's just kind of how like I was like.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the same for all of us. I just think that we all got classified once the internet came around, really, into one group, in which we are blurs now. That's what they call us. Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when the internet came around, because again, back in the early '90s, man, like back in elementary school, middle school, me and my friends, I used to be like, yo, like we should talk shit. Like I used to have like, even I played football all the way from like elementary school all the way through high school, and I had different sets of friends, if that makes sense. I had the dudes that I could talk, football
Your
stuff with,
experience is so like mine. Oh my God.
And then I had my extremely, my academic nerdy, friends that, we're talking about, because I really loved literature back in school. I was really into literature, so I used to read a lot of books. So we used to talk about that. And then I had my gaming dudes where we used to debate about games. And like whenever motherfuckers used to talk shit, my favorite phrase, bring the link cables. You feel me? Let's get the Pokemon. You feel me? Bring the link. I think that's a trait that's really good within. And I don't, since we're really speaking about Black experiences, I can only speak to Black experiences because a lot of Black people, we tend to have a lot of the same experiences, it seems.
Right.
Black people are very good at adapting. You see it within our own neighborhoods.
You got to put the mask on and the chameleon skin on just to fit.
Hey, what up, y'all?
Oh, Timbo in the building. Timbo, please, real quick, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Timbo on the track. First off, I apologize for my tardiness.
That'll be $5.
hey, just hold me to it later now.
Oh no, I hear the echo. I don't know what that is.
Somebody listening.
Oh, that's Jamil. Oh, damn, we got Jamil. I'm happy right now because we got a full podcast of people that's all Black.
That's wild.
Chris and Demi, they like. But everybody is here. Everybody is here, and I'm extremely happy. So before we continue, I just want to get their intros real quick. Timbo, continue with your intro. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, it's your girl Timbo on the track from the council. Just here chilling with my people, my boys, my brothers, and all my gaming family. I know y'all probably asked this what we've been playing already during the week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
You know, your girl's I'm trying my best. I didn't already beat the game, but I'm trying to play God of War right now. And I'm on that grind. And when I'm not grinding it, I'm still on that Black Ops 3. I'm sorry, that's just my favorite one now. So I'm still rocking the Black Ops 3. Y'all know y'all been playing World War II, whatever, but I ain't feeling that one. I'm on Black Ops 3.
I'll say this: when Black Ops 4 come out, we teaming up, right? Like,
yes,
sir. Getting it on.
I know. I'm keeping my Black Ops 3 skills sharp right now, so I can migrate.
Oh yeah. Oh, I respect it. That's gangster. You feel me? I just can't pull back off of World War II just yet. You know.
I know. I tried it. Y'all know I was in there with y'all at first, and I'm like, it ain't Black Ops. I got to go.
What the black folks at this? You feel me? Then we got another dude that's this guy will debate you under the table. Trust me. Okay? Oh, I've experienced this firsthand. Okay, I'm good at debating, and he listen. All right.
First of all, you're not giving him the proper credits. That's the fun police.
Listen, fun debater. Like he's very good at debating, man. Very good intellectual brother, man. I got a lot of respect for him. Jamil, what's good, bro? Introduce yourself.
What's up? Well, how y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate the invite. Yeah, so I'm Jamil, uppercase J for those that might know or not know. I ain't important, but that's who I am.
That's me, right there.
I don't have an active presence anywhere, but yeah. As far as gaming goes, only thing I've been playing is God of War. I try to squeeze in like at least an hour in the morning before I go to work.
Well, you gaming?
Man, everybody is on that adult life. Like, that's alive, man.
Look, adult and it's what comes first. It goes adult and then gaming. You feel me?
I'm literally late because I went to Target to buy my kids some T-shirts. Some Star Wars and some Avengers and Black Panther T-shirts.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you get him a Thanos T-shirt? That's what I'm
saying.
They ain't have one.
Yeah, I'm thinking about naming my first kid Thanos. I'm being honest.
Yo, I got him a Darth Vader shirt.
You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
You really gotta calm down.
Listen, after seeing Infinity War, I really was like, yo, I walked out the movie theater talking to my boy, like, yo, look, my first kid might be named Thanos. I'm not playing, yo. I may name my kid Thanos. He's such a badass.
I'm gonna get me a Captain America shirt made, and it's gonna say, "This is America."
Yo, that's badass. That's dope. Speaking of which, since I got everybody here, I have a question for the ladies. I want you guys to answer this question. We'll start with Kronk. As a female and someone that really is into gaming, comic books, nerd culture and things like that, have you experienced any type of ridicule from other nerds within the community, or any type of harassment or something like that really made you rethink if you should really be a part of this community?
That's a good question. As a female off top, you gonna catch hell.
Yeah, no, as a female, you.
As a female, you gonna
off top.
Definitely.
I always try to come.
Is this a prompt only question, or you going to us one by one?
No. Whoever want to speak first. If you're a woman, the woman. This is a woman's question. Then I'll get to the men.
Let me say this. First off, being a gamer for the majority of my life, ain't nothing gonna stop me from gaming. Nobody is nothing gonna stop me from gaming.
Of course.
Now, has there been some challenges? Yes. I mean, has there been some online harassment simply because I'm a female? Absolutely. But I think, this
cats are off top hate you.
Off top, bro.
But I never understood.
Not welcome.
I think as a female gamer, I think we know that comes with the territory. It's unfortunate. But we've been ridiculed and dealt with it so long. It's kind of like that's just
par for the course at this point.
That's this troll over here. That's this fool of It's sad that that's a part of our reality.
It fuels me,
but it ain't gonna stop me from gaming. It ain't never made me question whether or not I was gonna keep gaming ever.
Facts.
Yo, I love when cats talk shit, or they think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Facts.
They ask, they're like, oh, your brother was playing for you. You're not a girl. That's like the top joint I get. Like, you're not a girl.
Or the infamous ones that I've heard, especially playing COD. Either you fat, and it got a bunch of kids and all this other shit, or you fucking, you belong in the kitchen making a sandwich.
That one is so bad.
That shit is so trash.
Let me tell you the one we get, because if you black and you a female, that's a double whammy.
Oh, damn.
Because now you can I cuss this podcast? Okay, because now you a nigga bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yes.
So you black, they find out you black and a female gamer. Oh, you that just comes with it.
Yo, if I hook my PS3 up, I can show you like mad messages of when I was on like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, and the messages I used to get, me and like my whole little crew back in the day used to bust niggas' ass, and they just send mad messages, or some of the Mexicans would send messages. I don't even know what they were saying. Like it's crazy though, and not even that. If you're on YouTube, it's 3 times as worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If you're on YouTube,
they gonna eat your ass up on YouTube.
If you are a vocal female gamer, you can expect to get everything, whether it's, and I will say this because there's 2 sides of this coin. You have the trolls like Timbo and Crunk Girl was talking about. Then you also have those niggas out here who worship you, who think you're a goddess, my niggas. Like, my nigga, all I'm doing is playing a game, my G. I appreciate compliments. I'm not the kind of person that's, oh, you're thirsty because you said I'm pretty. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you acknowledge my presence in this universe. I'm
my black, beautiful ebony goddess.
For real, she got a point. I'm telling you now.
But
before me and Michi
you do have those weirdo niggas, okay, that be up in your inbox, my nigga. Like, you are wasting my time. Like, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah. No, like,
so, I got another.
Gets the worst of it. Oh my God.
Oh, yo, listen.
I had somebody go on my Facebook and stuff.
Oh my God.
I know what you talk about. We ain't gonna mention his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Some weirdo niggas be in her inbox. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say this: if I wasn't married to Michi, I probably still have these issues. And I'm not saying because I'm married to Michi that it's not an issue. I'm saying because Michi would tear their ass up, so they don't even come at me right now. There's some dudes out there that straight don't give a damn if you married or not, and they're still trying.
They don't care.
Michi will cut their ass up real quick and do a show about them on fucking podcast.
I got another good question for you. So is there a such thing as too much nerd for a woman or for a guy? Period. Is there such thing as being too much into something?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think everybody, like at our age, at some of our ages, like we're getting old, man. So it's like, yo, I like what I like. You with it or you're not. That's like how I am.
Yeah. Like, facts.
Let me tell you what I hate. I hate people that feel like because they don't understand what I like that is childish.
Facts. I hate that. Facts. I hate that, man.
I'm like, first off, son, because I like Harry Potter, or because y'all know how I am about my Harry Potter first and foremost, beside me being a gamer. And I break that shit down. Like, I know I've read all the books, so I can break everything down, and I do trivia and everything. But when I have a person who has never even picked up a book, you ain't even read the Cliff Notes, my G, and you tell me, ain't that a kid's book? No, motherfucker, if you haven't read it, how do you know if it's a kid's book or not?
Do you know how thick that book is, man?
I can't finish that shit. I read 2 of the books and that was it. Like, fuck this.
The perception that some people have, because they don't understand what you like, they have to dismiss it as being childish. Well, my thing is, first off, if it's something I don't understand, before I even come at you with it, I'm going to find out what it's about so I can debate you on it. So I can at least have an objective perspective and conversation with you about it and say, hey, I know you like this. I think it's childish because X, Y, Z. I'm not going to come at you with a blank ass argument simply because I don't understand what you like, because you different from me. I'm sorry, I don't sit up and drink 4 Locos and smoke weed all day. I actually like to read shit.
Timbo, you need to be the spokesperson for the Xbox fanboys. You feel me?
No.
Let me get a question. I got a good question for the men.
Look, let me say this. I also hate guys who try to make you conform.
Yeah.
Like I've ran into some men who they feel it's weird that I play video games the way that I do, and I'm into the culture, or they're like, you play Madden, or
yep,
what you doing playing 2K? And then when I beat their ass, they're like, damn, you really know how to play. I'm like, yeah, nigga, like I wasn't lying.
Like they feel like it's not ladylike, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
it's
and I'm
weak,
like, some guys are like that, and other guys actually was like, well, this is cool as shit. Like, or some guys are like, they make you out to be perfect, like Neil was saying.
Yes, and it's not like an admiration type of thing. It's like a whole other level. That's not to say that you can't admire gamers. I'm not saying that at all. But there's that level when it just becomes weirdo status. So y'all know what I'm talking about.
Chocolate ebony.
This actually segues into a question for the men.
Like, that you're perfect. I'm like, yo, I'm not perfect. Like, I understand why you're saying what you're saying, but I have flaws just like any other female.
And then, like,
I got flaws in my partner too.
Because they admire you so much, like they low key feel like you're their girlfriend. Like those are weirdo niggas I'm talking about.
This actually segues into a question for the men, and this is something that I've been reading a lot in comments of a lot of debates that I've seen, where a lot of men have been saying that and this is in terms of black women aren't looking at me for a relationship because of what I like. So this is why I'm going to a white woman, Asian, whatever. First up, before I ask this question, I just want to say, love who you love, right? I don't want to bash anybody's preference when it comes to who they with. You feel me? I'm never gonna bash that because I feel as a human being, you're attracted to what you're attracted to. So that's perfectly fine. But the issue, and I've said this before, and it's been said in comments and stuff like that, that when you date a white woman, right, and you say, oh, well, I'm with a white woman because black women are trash, or black women aren't like, you know, I don't want to date no woman with 5 kids or some chick that's not whatever. Your thinking is why you're not getting black women, because I will admit this. Black women, especially the ones that are very intellectual and very smart and they know who they are. Yo, man, they're not gonna deal with a dude that's not ambitious. Though, like a lot. The problem with a lot of dudes, and this is not just nerdy dudes, this is just men. Period. A lot of men don't have that ambition. You know, that ambition that makes the chick like, damn, yo, this nigga is, you know, the shit. You feel me? So that segues into my question to the men. Being a nerd, right, or being someone that's liked what you've liked when it comes to the nerd culture, have you found it hard to get women? Starting with you, Chris, because
oh my god, you really start with me, you motherfucker.
Yo, listen, bro. Listen, man. I know you.
I hate your ass. I mean, like I said, more so around middle school, high school, even a little bit after school. But I think it's more so shallow than anything. Cause like now, like, I mean, like Nia said, like you have that cool nerd, you know, swagger where it's like he can be social, but he likes nerdy things. And chicks dig that these days for some fucking odd reason. Like we're an item. I don't know why, but I mean, before, yeah, but now, no, not really. It doesn't really hurt my case. It's all good.
Demi, another light bright in here.
Hey,
put some light on the situation.
Throw up the 6.
And you know what? And you know why I want to ask you this question too, Demi? Because, and you know, us bigger guys, you know, you know, there's already that one stigma.
Yeah, there's already a stigma.
It's already that stigma where, oh, he's a big dude, so you know he's not doing shit with his life or whatever the case may be. There's already that.
Or my favorite one, he's not up to par.
Yeah. It's like, yo, listen.
Oh no.
Y'all met me multiple times, man. I'm probably the sexiest nigga in this motherfucking world. But you know, with you, with those 2 strikes, being a big dude and being a nerd, have you experienced any issue
with just getting women in general, or just getting black women?
Let's just say women, period.
Women in general? Oh, well, yeah. Actually, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I told you I'm open about like being nerdy and being about culture or whatever, but it's mainly just because I was big. It wasn't because I was nerdy. It was mainly because he a big dude. I ain't even looking for big dude. I need me a dude with 6-pack. Damn, you know.
I got them 6-pack of Franks in the fridge, baby. You got to go make do a clap. Okay. No, I'm sorry.
In a serious manner, it was mainly because I was big, not because I was nerdy. I mean, I just always took the L. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I just shot my shot at somebody else. I feel like dudes who sit back and like take it in and be like, oh, they don't want me because I'm a nerd and stuff like that. Man, shut up. Take your L. Take your lumps.
I mean, like you were saying, I mean, like chicks dig dudes with ambition, and I think that's the problem with a lot of nerds. Is a lot of the nerds that have this issue that we talking about, they don't have ambition or they don't have confidence.
Yes,
and that's something that you can visually see.
Yep.
When you are dealing with like
I don't want to see
nerd.
your Dragon t-shirt and your bad lineup, bro. Come on.
Facts.
No, seriously, no. But, I mean, Chris is making a good point. Like hygiene.
Hygiene.
Women got noses like bloodhounds. You feel me? Like they can smell things. Okay. If you smell yourself 10 times, that means that people smell you 10 times worse. Like from 10 times as far. You feel me? Like it's worse for them because we kind of get used to how our bodies smell that you kind of don't smell it anymore.
Yeah, you gotta take the double take, man. You know, get the whiff. Keep the little oil in the pocket or something.
I don't think dudes really understand how far a good haircut in the shower can go.
Yes.
I really don't think they do.
Bruh.
I don't think
it goes a long way.
I don't think the dudes who complain about this know how far just simple hygiene can take them.
Exactly. Bruh, for the big boys, you don't understand the power. Yes. You don't understand the power of powder.
Yes.
You really underestimate.
Hey, yo, get out of
powder. Let me make a disclaimer. We're not talking about hygiene just for the nerds. This goes all
this is for everybody.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
I'm glad that she mentioned this because like there's this hole that I think some people kind of fall into with this conversation. This is just
Smash
a little sidebar. Oh damn, no, you ain't lying though. Like yo, I'm a Nintendo girl. I know that struggle. No, they're the worst. Anyways.
Yo, why did you say Smash like that?
Because he ain't lying. He's telling the truth.
I've heard stories that Smash.
He's not joking. Like these fighting game niggas are the worst. Anyways, sidebar. A lot of people keep lumping in nerdy boys with boys who don't know how to take care of their bodies. And I think that that's a dangerous whole
diamond watches don't
because you're reaffirming the stereotype that people who like nerdy things
don't wash
or they don't, you know, like you're reaffirming the negative parts of what it means to be a nerd. So I feel like that's kind of a slippery slope. So I'm glad that you said that because it's not just a nerd thing. This is just an everybody thing. Wash your ass.
Yes.
Wash your ass, get in them creases and crevices.
Yo, listen, man.
Don't just hit the hot spot. Soak for a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Timo, you took the words out of my mouth.
With that towel and you feel stuff rolling off your body. You got some more work.
But see, this is the thing, though, and I'm glad Timo said that because that's very important, especially for
the big boys. Yes,
you can't just get in the shower and start washing. No, you have to.
You got to take a minute, bro.
Wet your body. And not only that, but people have a habit of washing their body and then like letting the water run down and let the soap go. No, you gotta like wash with the water and let it like
I can't with y'all niggas right now.
No, it's
real stuff like that.
Yo, listen, my mom. Yo, I grew up in a house. Listen, I grew up in a house full of women. So, when it comes to washing and keeping yourself clean, my moms, my sisters, my grandmother, they was on me on that because they're like, listen, dude, no woman wants a stinky man.
Sorry. Okay. I can't stop laughing at the direction in which this podcast is going.
It is segueing so well, and I gotta get more stuff.
But it's facts though. Nerd culture. Factual stuff.
Barry said these dudes
freaking events. You know some niggas in there in line with smelling, dog.
Yo, I'm telling you, E3
we at press events and packs and stuff like that. We know these niggas stink because we smell them.
E3 is the worst, because I swear to God, E3 niggas will be in a line on full volume blast.
My G.
My God.
Yo,
I know you want to play this Final Fantasy 20, but can you please put on some deodorant?
Yo, it's some dudes that'll get off the flight and go straight and wait in line. Negative.
Facts.
Absolutely.
On my end, bro. I need a shower. I need to be relaxed. I can't. But yo, let me get Jamil's thoughts, because I haven't gotten him yet at all. Yo, Jamil.
What's up?
I know you got a family, bro. So this question really, I mean, I don't know why I'm asking it, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Have you, as a nerdy dude, have you had this issue?
Absolutely not. But first, let me just say, the great scholar Kendrick Lamar once said, "Shit don't change until you get up and wash your ass, nigga." So look, yeah, I didn't have a problem. Now, I had a problem once upon a time, not necessarily getting girls, but just understanding the dynamic between boys and girls when I was younger. But I think most kids kind of struggle with that. But if you're popular, you're kind of ahead of the curve because the girls that just gravitate, you know. So I was always kind of like middle of the road. I was popular. I was friends with all the popular dudes, so popular by default, but not the most popular. So, you know, not understanding that, then I get a little older and I'm having my little struggles, you know, and I got me a couple girlfriends and messed around a little bit, and then I started getting a lot of pushback. And I didn't take any accountability for myself. I always blamed the women, and I always say, "Oh, they like this kind of guy, that kind of guy. They don't like nice guys." I didn't understand how toxic it was that I felt entitled to women because I was a nice person. You know, as weak, ain't nobody entitled to nothing. Just be who you're supposed to be. But so it's not even genuine. If you think you out here a good dude, you think you're supposed to get a woman because of that, then you're not even genuinely nice. You're trying to benefit in life. But anyway, yeah. So it's not. I didn't have a hygiene problem or nothing like that. I just, you know, I wasn't in tune with myself, and I think that's the problem when you talk about nerd culture, because we get so in tune with so much stuff that we forget about being in tune with ourselves. And that goes into the hygiene thing. You know, people not even in tune with themselves enough to wash their ass, let alone improve themselves, improve their personality, improve, you know, the hygiene, your wardrobe, your circumstances. You get so wrapped up, you know, and yeah, right. And you get complacent. Like, as long as you got enough money to get, you know, the box set of Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even trying to get more money. As long as you can get what you get to feed your nerd habits and stuff, like, you get lost in it. And I think that's what the main problem is. It's not a between that and just a maturity thing. When you're younger, you need to understand. When you get older, you need to understand why girls liked who they liked. You can't blame. You can't try to weaponize your lifestyle to start attacking women because they didn't like you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and I think a lot of sorry.
No, go ahead, Nia.
And I think a lot of people, and this goes for women and men, a lot of people forget that a lot of these events and circumstances and situations happen in your formative years, in your teenage years.
Right.
One of the things that we are the most consumed with, no matter if we're nerds or if we're not, when in our teenage years, is our own self-image and the way that people around us feel about us and what we do. And I think that one of the things that we also forget is that while a lot of these guys who complain about not getting girls because they were nerds in high school also forget that these girls they were trying to go after have the same complexes but on different sides of the spectrum.
Wow.
I said it like this. I think it was on Kev's post. I was a little bit more savage than I am now, but I mean I gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? So I'll say it like this, man. a lot of these nerd niggas, okay, specifically the ones that we're talking about, not just the regular cool ones, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The ones that who were not in tune with their bodies and not in tune with their hygiene and not in tune with their appearance. These are the niggas, okay, who was going after Big Booty Judy, okay, with the 27-inch weave down the back. Wow. These are the same girls the popular niggas going after. So who you think they gonna choose? Also, I even want to double back and say, even though I was a cool nerd to a point, there was a certain little, how can I say it? There was a certain little period of time where I was like hella self-conscious, right? Like maybe like from 8th grade to about 11th grade. I live in Texas, so it get like hella hot. I used to wear a jacket every day from 8th grade to 11th grade because I was ashamed of my body, because as a young girl, like teenagers or even men and girls too, we're self-conscious. Our bodies are developing. These are our formative years. We're not used to it yet. So I wore a jacket every day from 8th grade to 11th grade.
In the summer too?
Summer too. I was that self-conscious. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, I had not yet discovered the wonder of a flat iron. So I had the struggle button, you know what I'm saying? Wow. So, you know, even though I wasn't like the lowest of the low, I was still kind of in the middle because I was an athlete. So I was still cool enough to kick it. But a now nigga with an oversized Yu-Gi-Oh shirt stepped to me before I learned how to use a flat iron. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, let me say this, because I think I came in late before before I got to say about my high school
Yu-Gi-Oh shirt. You feel me? I had two of them.
I'm just saying, like, these nerd niggas, they want these type of girls, but they won't talk to the nerd ladies like myself who on their level. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think that's a problem. Period. Though.
Just as shallow.
But see, I think that's a problem. That's a problem. Period.
Though I think it's on both sides of the spectrum. Though I think we got to look at it from both perspectives, because you got guys that'll look at certain chicks this way. You got chicks that's gonna look at certain guys that way. Because you had people that you wanted. You know, if you was flying high school, you wanted somebody that matched your fly. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was back then. But let me say something real quick, Persona, because like I said, I came in late and I didn't talk about my high school experience. And I'm gonna throw a little different dynamic on it. I was most popular in high school.
Wow.
And I was a nerd. But nobody, this is the thing about me. I study people and I'm a chameleon. And when I was in the 10th grade and I saw how people judge popularity and what they looked at, what I did was I went to all the different cliques and conformed to what they wanted me to be.
Yeah.
And everybody who knew me knew a different side of me, because I showed them what they wanted to see. So when I became a senior, I was in damn near every club. I was student council president. I was most popular, everything. So much so, I did this so much so that by the time I graduated, I didn't know who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
I spent so much time trying to figure out everybody else that I lost me. I knew I was a nerd, but see, this is the thing. We talk about relationships and, you know, what people like. And when you're in those stages and those growing pains, you can't love nobody if you don't know who you are.
You can't love nobody if you ain't washing up.
Even if you got guys then talking about how girls didn't like them, you still trying to figure you out.
Wow.
I didn't get married to Michi. My first and only husband is gonna only be my one and only husband till I'm in my 30s. That's true. Get your ass out. Till I'm in my 30s, and it wasn't until I had my epiphany at my bridal shower. All my best friends, people I know my whole life, who seen me go through crap with dudes left and right of all races, not just black, of all races. And one of them got up and gave a toast. And you know what she said? She said, I knew Michi was the one for you when you didn't have to hide your Harry Potter books no more.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the thing. It wasn't until I knew who I was and was unapologetically me. Because today, you will never hear me apologizing for being a nerd, for liking what I like. Because I don't give a shit what you like. If that's the thing, and I'm going to constantly surround myself around people who are different from me. Because if you do the same shit I do, I'm not learning from you.
Let's pass the collection plate around, man. Let's go, man.
You can't hold grudges off of stuff that happened to you in high school for that very reason. Exactly. All of you guys are learning who you are at that point. All of you guys are in your formative years. All of you guys are still trying to cope with being you. Yep. So like when I hear people crying about this stuff, like I can't help but call y'all whack niggas. Like I'm sorry, but there's just a certain level of understanding you should have when you're 35. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
That is true.
But let me. The only reason why we're having this discussion now is because of the narrative in social media that has changed, and the only reason that narrative exists is because nerd culture is trendy right now.
Exactly.
Not because it was legit about coming out of high school. Now it's about social acceptance.
Exactly.
And everybody wants to be accepted. So now it's like, well, you should love me for me, even though I'm a nerd. And being a nerd is cool because it gives me an opportunity to wear glasses and be cute and shit. No, bitch. That don't make you a nerd.
You in my head. Get out of my head, Timbo.
That shit is real.
Because I was just about to segue into that. After I let you guys have your powwow, because I was loving it. I was shedding some tears. I had to get a tissue.
I had to pass the collection plate around and take the hanky out
but
the pocket.
You have a point because and this is on the male side and the female side.
Because
there are women out there who are posers. You know, there are women of all cultures. Like I remember before I even segue into that, I remember seeing a post from Chris Kazama, the one that's in the panel with us now, where the chick said, "Call me when you're done with the PlayStation."
Right? Hey yo!
And wow,
I thought I couldn't I couldn't believe she said that because Chris is a great guy. You feel me? So you losing out.
You see what I said to her?
Oh yeah, no. He said the most gangster shit. He said you'll never get a call from me.
Damn, you let him know.
Nigga. It made me think though, because I'm like, there are women out there who view the nerd culture as immature, as a joke, as you know, oh, I don't want a man child, I don't want someone that's watching, you know, My Hero Academia and playing fucking Kirby and all this other shit. People like there are women that don't want that, and it made me.
That's facts. That's a reality.
Are some of these nerdy dudes going for women like that? Because I really do feel that's what it is. Because those type of women are shallow. Those are the women that, you know, they want the abs, they want the finished product. You know, they don't want the guy that's a work in progress. You know, there's women out there that don't want a work in progress, just like there's men out there that don't want to work in progress. You feel me? And that stems into the nerd side. That stems into period. That's a personality trait. That doesn't have anything to do with liking games or liking nerd culture. That's just a personality trait. Being shallow like that is considered a personality trait. Being a nerd and having this God complex because a chick doesn't like what you like and won't give you any time of day. Listen, man, this dude's out here that's not getting time of day that go to the club every night. They go to the club every night with the mindset of getting some pussy at the end of the night and go home empty-handed. They not watching the anime or nothing like that. They dressed in Gucci, they dressed in Jordans and the nicest shit, and chicks is nigga bye.
Right.
And they go and you know, like bye.
Yeah. Let me say this. Just piggyback on what Timbo said. She said some of the realest shit. I mean, when you in school, and the same thing with Nia, you really figuring out who you are, and you really don't know who you are yet. And just like, you know, Timbo said, she had an epiphany, you know, when she met Michi, she could finally be herself, and she finally found the person that she was going to be in love with for the rest of her life. Me being in school, I was one of those kids. I was opposite of Timbo. I was the lame ass kid. I played trading cards. I played video games. I like anime. I like all that shit. I was a lame ass nigga in quotes of what people used to say. But as I grew older, you know, that being how I was treated in school, I didn't want to be a nerd at one point because I'm like, man, this shit is kind of trash how people treat you. But like Timbo said, you got to be unapologetically yourself. And one day I just kind of woke up and said, you know what, fuck that, fuck what people think. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna like what I like. And I'm gonna let everybody know I like what I like. And if you like me, you like me. And I think if chicks really into you, they gonna be into you whether you like video games or if you sell drugs. Either way it goes, it's got to be your personality.
Right.
That's what it is.
Nah, I agree because again, some of the games that was only acceptable in the hood were fighting games and shooters. You know, when you start talking about hack, when you start talking about
niggas said, "What's that?"
Shit like that, niggas is gonna look at you like, "My dude, you gay? Like, what are you even talking about?" You know, I can't talk to somebody about fucking Final Fantasy VII and Cloud. I can't talk to somebody about Legend of Dragoon. I can't talk to like someone in the hood. Like those type of things, I couldn't really talk about with some of my friends in the hood. And I went to an all-white school in middle school, and those side of my friends I could talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was weird for me growing up in a black community and experiencing that. But we going backwards. Let's go forward. Damn, I lost my train of thought too.
Let me get my little experience.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm from a small ass town, and like I stayed in the hood also, so it was even worse. Like, and then I was like the only female. I'm the only female. Like everybody else around me was guys. So I had to be the tough girl. But I was also the girl that just sat in the house all day and played Sega all goddamn day.
Facts.
Say that.
I'm sorry. I think I had something in my ears. I thought you said Sega. I think you meant to say Super Nintendo.
Oh no, cut off now.
I was in the hood and I could only afford one console, and my brother bought a Sega, and that's what we played. We played Sega and we played NES. I didn't own any Nintendo products until I got a Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't.
Everybody ain't balling like that.
That's facts. All of my games and stuff was hand me down, so I know that feel, bro.
Whenever my brother went to next, I got what he had. So if he went to the PS2, then shit, the PS1 he had, I had that for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like with me, I was an outsider. I was always like the black sheep. I was always the person people looked at like, "Yo, Jaleesa, you alright?" Or they'll be like, I was like the chick who always walked around with headphones in her ear, who looked like she was just like on a mission to go somewhere. Like I didn't talk to nobody. I was just like to myself, and I was always smart. So like people would always ask me for questions and answers, and like, "Yo, Jaleesa, you know the answer to that question?" No, I don't understand this shit. Like I hated being me. Because it was so, I was like, it felt awkward. So like I felt that way all the way until like my high school years, like not even high school, my 12th grade year of high school, and going to college and actually being away from people that I knew, being away from home, just being away from people who knew me, period, and starting over fresh. And it kind of got me outside of my shy zone and me to open up more to people. And then I went to a HBCU and niggas ain't shit. So they was like, "Yo, you not saying
Damn. Wow. That's one hell of a segue.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, I went to an HBCU and dudes was not finna like leave you alone. Like, no, you're not sitting in the room all day. You're getting your ass out of there. Like, we finna go play cards. We're about to go to the music store, or we watch anime today. Like, they would just get me out of my shyness and having me step up and be like, "Yo, I love who I am and I'm not changing for nobody." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while to figure it out. But also, I was like you, Persona. I played basketball my middle school and like half of my high school years. And then I felt like I was playing it because I wanted to be cool and not because I love playing. So I just stopped playing basketball. And people, that's what people knew me for. People knew me for my music. People knew me for drawing all the time. And people knew me for basketball. So I was the cool person, cool nerdy girl. But as soon as I let ball go, I went to like downhill. Like, you're a nerd, you're a dork. You like, people didn't talk to me, and like I was like an outsider.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like a 360. I'm like, yo, so only the reason why y'all liked me was because I was in sports? That's it? And that's why I just went into a hole, and I just never came out. I played games, and I listened to music, and I would do my poetry, and I would like read books all the time. And I just stayed to myself until I went to college. And then that's really what got me out of my comfort zone and was like, yo, like, you're cool, you're dope, and me being
well, I would say around that time, that's when, being a nerd started becoming mainstream, and though.
Yeah.
you know, you started getting people that, you know, the signature look for a lot of chicks was those glasses. You feel me? She wearing the glasses and holding the controller. Listen, come through. You feel me? And there's some female streamers that use that get up, you know, the glasses, holding the controller and things like that, and they'll have a low cut shirt with the hooters out. You feel me? And you know, to get you to come to the stream, and I can't knock their hustle.
I hate to see females like that. Like, you don't have to fake it to get a guy's attention.
Yo, the worst shit ever is a fraudulent ass nerd chick, and you can tell them out. You can tell. We've been around Red and Nia and Timbo. Like, we know who really about that life. And
all you really gotta do is just ask them a question.
Exactly.
Like, aren't you mad that Thanos killed Batman? Oh my God, yes.
you gotta hit her with the see, that's too easy. You gotta hit her with the so what you think about that Mangekyo? Huh?
That's a little too deep.
Listen. All right, so I got another good question for you guys.
Pick that up for the
coupling everything all of y'all experiences and seeing that, you know, everyone here has had a lot of the same experiences, or, you know, have dealt with, you know, some form of, you know, hiding who they truly were within the Black community, period, in life and world, whatever. Seeing what you see now with the nerds against Black women, what do you have to say? Like, what do you have to say about that? And I want to start off with the ladies. We'll start off with you, Timbo. What do you have to say about that? Like,
I'm sorry, what is too damn loud. What's say that one more time?
What do you have to say about the nerds versus Black women and
really
and
this most recent argument that's been on social media?
Arguments that just keep coming up. Like, what do you have to say about that?
Well, like I said earlier, I think it's only relevant now because it's popular, and the fact that it's popular is because you now have nerds who are celebrities and artists that are coming out and becoming more popular. And I think the sad part about that is when you have some kind of exposure like that and you see a Black man with someone outside of the Black race. I think and if I'm just being real, I think a lot of times we as Black women aren't mad at the Black man or the actual Black man for dating outside the race. I think it's more of insecurities. It's misguided emotions.
There you go.
And I think because we have those insecurities, we have expectations of our Black men.
Yeah.
We see that in the physical form, that they're not with somebody who looks like us. We lash out instead of actually having a dialogue about true love and what it actually takes to be with somebody.
Exactly.
And so instead of attacking somebody because they're different and they chose outside of us because we ridiculed them, find out exactly what it is about these brothers who are different that you overlooked. Because I was that chick at one time coming straight out of high school. I thought I had to have a big dude who had to be secure, and you know, he had to be hard, he had to do this because that's the hood I grew up in, and never looked outside and beyond that. It took some time for me to develop the maturity to understand you got options. You're not limited to this because society says this is who you're supposed to be with. This is you supposed to have a nigga, like a nigga.
Well, do you think that a lot of people
I want to have? And the thing about it was, it's all about knowing yourself, and we're so misguided emotionally as Black women because we just been cut off and we just separated ourselves trying to be independent women that we don't even understand what it takes to love a brother sometimes. We don't even want to be submissive to a brother sometimes. So this whole dialogue right now is just kind of idiotic to me, and I'll be looking at these bras like, you so stupid. You can't even fix your man a plate, bitch. So why you arguing about who he chose and who accepted him for who he is when you was too busy trying to get some fucking jewelry or your nails done? You know, come on. You can't have that.
Yeah, Persona, we just need to go ahead.
Moved on because you wasn't checking for him.
But also,
we just need to end the podcast right now.
Nerd guys, just so they can get them to pay their bills or give them money. and give them like I hate females who do that, who take advantage of a nerd guy
Yeah,
who may not know that he's being taken advantage of.
Exactly, that's true. That does happen.
There's some females that'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But there's also them nerd guys that end up like Bill Gates, and then you be like, damn.
but see, no. I agree with you, but I think that's also part of the problem. People again are looking for that finished product. Like, oh, let me date a guy that's smart, or let me date a guy that's not from the streets because I know he gonna take care of me. Like, the mindset shouldn't be that. 9 times out of 10, it's nerdy niggas out here that ain't getting no bread. You feel me? They just not like and again, it's that association that's really putting a lot of confusion on what's important, what the man wants, what the woman wants, what's expected of the man, what's expected of the woman. There's a lot of, and I'm gonna let you go, Nia, just a second. There's a lot of black women that tend to look at again and go back to what was said to Chris, like, oh, the gaming stuff, you got to get rid of that before I could even give you the time of day.
Yeah,
there's dudes that clearly have experienced that, you know, and I think that's where the misguided approach or the misguided outlook on how black women view nerdy dudes comes from. And then you have the black women that are like, oh, well, you know, you don't uphold to the standards that society says you're supposed to uphold for me to give you the time of day. So I'm not going to look at you. I'm not even going to give you the time of day. So it's both sides of the spectrum looking at what's happening and assuming that it's one or the other, when really it's both of you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's both of you.
Well, let's be real about it. For the longest, nerdism has been associated with weakness.
That's true.
That's very true.
And as women, do we want a weak dude?
Of course not.
So if you associate that off the top, they're gonna get looked over every time. Black women, we're strong black women. And we expect to have strong black brothers. It's the same thing I said, like what I thought I was supposed to have. The kind of image I was supposed to portray at all time was strong. Even today, we can't even sit down and just speak to each other because it's all about perception and who hard and who ain't. And you got to make sure you address a certain person. You know what I'm saying? If you look at me wrong, it's going to be a problem. It's all about strict with us. So if you're talking about a group of people, a subculture of people that are already assumed to be weak just because of what they like and the stigma associated with that, they're gonna get looked over all the time. But we created that and kept it going. Like I said, now it's popular. It's cool. It's okay now. No, because you know what? Years ago, I was on Facebook talking shit about everybody that got up at the end of a fucking Marvel movie before you saw the next fucking end credit. Now, fucking Infinity War come out and everybody want to sit their ass down. No, bitch, you didn't know you was supposed to stay here before. On social media, you still would have got your dumb ass up and left.
Yeah, mad people.
Nia, I want you to address your black women, man. Address your queens.
All right, repeat the question for me again. I'm out of it right now. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all I'm not feeling good.
In the conversation, I done forgot the question.
I've been ad-libbing for everybody on this podcast. I ain't say much yet, but I've been ad-libbing.
My fault. It's so much being said. It's everywhere. Just address just the nerd culture, black women nerds, black men nerds, and this whole back and forth that's happening. Just, you know, give us your final thoughts.
It's about to be a dialogue.
What needs to happen?
All right. So this is what I think is the problem. A lot of it is because of what Timbo said. But I'm gonna go a little deeper than that. How Black people came to be in this country in general has been a consistent struggle.
Right.
There's always been that struggle, but then, how can I say this? between the man and the woman because of the dynamics, because of what has been going on that is honestly above us. If y'all know what I'm talking about. Racism, stuff like that. So when Black people finally had a chance to be free, quote unquote, because I still don't feel like we're free. We felt like at that point it was survival of the fittest, if that makes sense. The strongest of the strong need to get together. They need to mate and make strong children. Like Timbo said, being a nerd in general is automatically 100% associated with weakness, but it's the strongest in Black people because of the nature of our history in this country. And a lot of us put a lot of stock in our potential mates because of a lot of the craziness and a lot of the mental stressors that have been passed down to us from generations and generations from our ancestors. So when we see a well-to-do Black man partnering up with a person of a different ethnicity, and I don't have a problem with that personally. I'm dating a white man. I don't care. I like men. We see it as a break in the structure, and we also see it as a knock against us and our ability to be women and our ability to continue on our lineage, if that makes sense. Because one of the biggest things that a lot of Black women talk about, and this is outside of the whole nerd thing, there's not enough Black men, or all the Black men are gay, or they're in jail, yada, yada, yada. It's all because of that desire, that underlying desire to continue our lineage as Black people and to be with strong people to make strong children. That's what I always thought, to be honest. And I think that as time has gone on, we want the same result, but that mindset has been broken, if that makes sense. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like after Jim Crow and all that stuff and all our family structures were broken, it was about trying to build that strong family structure. A lot of us were broken down because of the things that were beyond our control. Nowadays, we still do have some of that, but it's not as clean and clear cut as back in the day. Back in the day, you were a second-class citizen, no doubt about it, period. Everybody treated you as so. It was written down in law. These days, these mindsets still linger around, but the narrative is different, if that makes sense. So a lot of the stuff that we still struggle from come from that, I feel like. And when we see Black men with white women and other women, we feel like it's a personal knock against our ability to be who we are as women. Because let's be honest, when it comes down to Black women, especially in Black men, Black women don't want nobody else. We want y'all. And when y'all don't want us, we feel some kind of way.
Yep.
Care.
Very true.
That visual forces us to check our own insecurities.
Facts.
Seeing them with somebody else makes us uncomfortable.
And it makes us question, like, damn, should I be going white and Asian and all these other things? Like,
facts.
If brothers don't want me, that's the truth.
But it's not. But I mean, I agree, but it's not that though. I don't feel that. And again, I'm not a female, so I don't know how female think and whatnot. But when it comes to, again, who a person loves, that can't be helped.
That's true. But that's a part of our insecurity, like Timbo said.
Right. If you're a Black female being real with yourself, then you know that comes from insecurity. That comes from a lot of deep-rooted shit. I mean, to be honest.
Well, let me ask this question though.
Most Black women, we date mostly Black men.
Let me ask this question though.
Most of the time.
Let me ask this question. It is the insecurity coming from seeing the man that you want with another race of women?
No, it's not about the woman. It's about our ability to provide, because we've been told from generations and generations that Black women are the least desirable women.
Yes.
So when you've been told by society that we are the least desirable women, and then we see it being actualized in the present.
That's your confirmation.
That's your confirmation. Bingo. I'm glad Timbo is here. She knows what she's talking about. Y'all listen to her.
and most of the time, us being like me, Nia, and Timbo, most of us remember the way we were portrayed back in the day. We were portrayed as BT videos and uncut and
video vixens.
Yeah, the vixens, and we weren't portrayed as like the Cosby or
it's still that way. It's still that way.
It's still like that.
It's still that way now, but there's a lot.
I don't mean to cut you off because, let me tell you why I say that. Because I took it upon myself today to sit down and try to name successful Black couples that are celebrities right now, and it was hard as shit. Now they exist. Don't get me wrong, they exist. But I tell you what, if I get around some other Black chicks, my homegirls, I bet you they can tell you everybody that's going through some drama on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh boy.
But that's what I'm saying. Those images of us in positive relationships are not made. They're not put on a pedestal for us.
And you know what?
But
the crazy.
Go ahead. That comes along with us being loud and ratchet and all that shit. That's what I hate about. And I ain't knocking nobody like Love and Hip Hop. But I do not like that show. I hate that fucking show because it says that these are our successful Black women and they still can't control their goddamn self.
And it reinforces that stereotype that women that Black women are difficult. We're not agreeable. We try to sensationalize everything. That we're not rational, logical people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff. It does have an effect on people. A lot of people are like, oh, it's just entertainment, it's just TV. But like people always say, art imitates life.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people out here who gain knowledge about certain life experiences based off of the type of media that are displayed on TV, movies, whatever. So that's a whole other facet of it as well. I think that a lot of these people who say that Black women are this and that are just echoing the sentiments that they see in the media, and they're echoing the sentiments based off of certain negative things that maybe they've experienced, and then they're generalizing an entire group of people based off of that particular instance.
They feel like Black women aren't monolithic.
Facts.
Like we've never been like that. It's just I think people just don't want to ask us shit. That's just like some men don't want to come to you and ask you questions like they're afraid to talk to you. Like I hate men like that.
Let me get the men's thoughts because they've been quiet for a while. Let me get your Jamil.
Oh, one thing before we go to the men, can I say one more thing?
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't think that this is a topic about nerds. I'll just put it out there. This is not a topic about nerdy niggas versus women. This is always and will always be a topic about how Black women and Black men no longer trust each other. And that we continuously will throw each other under the bus because that's what we've been conditioned to believe because of the stuff that happened in the past in relation to Black people. I mean, if we want to be real, if we really want to break it down and we really want to go back on some real shit, this is ancestral stuff that's been passed down from generations to generations because we were literally, and this is about to get deep, and I ain't trying to get this deep, but hey, I gotta say it. When you are from a culture of people who were literally bought and owned by other Americans, some mental stuff gets passed down from generations to generations, and we're still dealing with those after effects. But hey, that's what I see it. That's the way I see it, anyways.
I'm just trying to
never go away.
I said I'm gonna try to shut up so the men can talk.
Sorry.
Nah, I know y'all can go on. I love this dialect. I love this conversation.
But this topic will never go away until Black people learn how to come back together again and find each other again.
Yeah,
it's not about the nerd stuff. It's about us as a people.
I agree. Yo, Jamil, break it down for us, man. Break it down, man. I'm excited.
What you want to know? It's too many moving parts.
It is. So back to the nerd guys versus women. Just give me your final thoughts on that whole dialect of what keeps coming back up, and what needs to transpire for us to move forward past that, because it seems like us as men, us as women keep reverting back to the, oh well, I'm a nerdy guy, so women don't want me. You feel me? And then we have, women in here that are saying they had to hide who they really were as children and as teenagers and even as young, as late as early adulthood before they even found acceptance within themselves and still weren't able to even truly receive acceptance from their male counterparts because of XYZ. Well, you didn't want me when we were children, so why should I accept you now? Type. That's kind of how the mentality looks. What guys are saying and what women are saying. So break it down for us and like what needs to happen, what needs to transpire for us to move past that.
Well, the first thing that needs to happen is that people need to understand exactly what the experience was. And I'm gonna try my best to explain it, but I'm gonna have to jump all over the place because it's so many moving parts. A part of it is maturity, a part of it is environment, a part of it is culture, a part of it is perception. It's a lot of different things. And I'll start with perception, and that it's specifically speaking from a Black perspective. We've always had the image pounded in our heads that our women are a certain way and our men are a certain way. That's mainstream media. And so, anything that strays from the norm, because we're taught normal is good. So if you stray from the normal, you're ostracized. You feel weird. You feel out of place. You don't feel wanted. You don't feel like you belong. So we internalize all of that stuff, and then we blame those things for why other people don't accept us. Not understanding that if you really sit back and watch, and I disagree with something that everybody's been saying. Everybody's been saying that it's popular now to be a nerd. That's not true. It's always been popular. Matter of fact, I don't even think we're nerds. I think we're normal. The thing is, if you really think about it, what's been the number one movie almost all this year? It's been 2 comic book movies.
Black Panther.
Right? This is pop culture. This is not, a subsect of people going to see Avengers or going to see Black Panther. And they're not a subsect is not going to see Deadpool. This is pop culture. The things that we like is the things that everybody like, and going beyond just that, like the things that we're passionate about. I love zombies. I love zombie movies. I'm nuts about it, right? So, and it started from seeing Thriller when I was little. I saw Thriller and I was hooked. So you take people that go to like zombie conventions and you will say nerds, but one of the biggest shows on TV is The Walking Dead. If a zombie movie comes out today, it's gonna make money. This stuff is not some obscure things that we kind of have in the corner and we embrace and everybody else thinks is weird. Everybody likes it, but the perception that gets pounded into us by mainstream media, the way we grow up or what our culture is or whatever the case may be, we're told that those things are outside the norm. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. Those things that we get showed, that's the minority. As a Black male in the middle of Chicago, I know more regular dudes than I do thugs and drug dealers and basketball players and all that stuff. I know more that's like me. But I was raised to believe that I was outside the norm. So I'll use my own personal experience. When girls would kind of give me some pushback, I always say, well, oh yeah, I bet if I sold drugs, I bet if I did this and that, girls wouldn't treat me this way, and that way. And it wasn't that, it was me, because for me to even think that, I'm weak. And piggybacking off what they said about Black women wanting strong men, they've been consistent. Black women specifically have wanted that since they've wanted men. The definition has always changed. The definition of what's strong changes, but they always want something strong. So that speaks to the maturity more so than, well, this is what's in now. This is what's popular. This is what's acceptable. No, when you're young, you think strong is the toughest kid in the class, the one that's all the dudes are scared of him in school and this, that, and the third. Then you think strong is the guy that's, take no shit in the streets. You gonna be taken care of. You feel secure.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize strong is being able to handle adversity in life and maneuver around it and not compromise who you are. Like it's all these definitions change with maturity. So the problem is that you have weak-minded people that get rejected, that get ostracized or whatever, and they never let the scenario fully play out. Before they get to that point, before they get to their Donald Glover, their childish Gambino level in life, when they're still just Donnie Glover, then they decide before they even let the picture play out, like, you know what? I don't want this kind of woman no more. They keep shitting on me. I don't want them no more. And the women that shit on him, like, look at him. He crusty, dusty. He ain't gonna never do nothing with himself. He's so wrapped up in all this other stuff in life. I don't want him. So all these moving parts, and then you blow up, or you mature. You come of age, and be who you're gonna be. As a man, you say, okay, well, I'm gonna get a white woman. I'm gonna get an Asian woman, whatever. Because that's who accepted me. That's who didn't ostracize me. Because culturally, maybe they placed values on different other things than black women did.
Right.
That might not have been a detriment to them.
True.
So then you got the woman who's decided what she wanted as far as strength and security and all these things go, and you see it in that man now. He's made it to that level. But he don't want you no more. And you don't understand why he don't want you. So it's all, both sides is like constantly evolving and changing and not understanding that the other side is doing the same, and it's all this cause and effect going on, and nobody's thinking that, like, it's like everybody's too arrogant to understand that there's things going on outside of them in the scenario. So then you're left with, okay, well, I don't like black women no more, or they're nerds, dusty, crusty.
But see, I think
oversimplifying it.
You made a good point though, because you said that a man is when he's young, he's thinking of his idea of strong is like almost like the bully, someone that can push people around. But as an adult, strong is, especially in the eyes of, again, a woman who is very well spoken, a woman that is educated and knows herself. That I think that's most important, and that's on both sides. Knowing yourself, because there are women out there that will, say they want this, that, and the third, but not be secure within themselves.
Right.
Just like there are men out there that'll say, I don't date big girls, or I don't date a woman that don't got a big booty, because they're not secure within themselves as a man. They have to have the trophy around their arm to
validate themselves
and to validate who they are. And that also speaks to the men and women that don't want the finished product. If I'm a guy that's still in college trying to get my degree, I don't have the best looking apartment, I don't have the best looking house, or whatever the case may be, and I'm trying to step to a chick that has 2 masters and a 4-bedroom house. I mean, I believe that no woman is out of any man's league, but you have to set specific, goals for yourself. You feel me? No one wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to be a millionaire, and then is a millionaire by 5 o'clock. You feel me?
You got to take the steps to get there.
Yeah. Men and women have to understand that, you can like what you like, but it's fucked up as this sounds. There are certain standards and certain things that come with what you like, because if the chick that you like is bringing XYZ to the table and you're still bringing a work in progress, she's not going to be inclined to talk to you, man.
Right.
It's not, and vice versa. If a man is, educated in college or doing what he's got to do, a nice house, got no kids, whatever the case may be, no baggage, and you come to the table with baggage, you can't expect him to be forthcoming to want to be your man,
right?
There's give and take. No, go ahead.
I got this thing stuck in my head because we talking about culture for a second. So, like, black men and black women are raised to look for specific things in their partner. I think it's just part of culture, and it happens in other cultures too. And when you think about, like, mainstream can for better or worse, equal white sometimes since they're the majority. So let me go there for a second, because this is almost like a trope on TV and in movies, and really it reflects real life. Look at all these movies where in high school the white girls want the jock, right? They always want the jock. They're the cheerleader. They want the jock. And then what kind of man do they always end up with when they're older? It's always the dorky, kind of unassuming guy. Always the unassuming. You never see the dude that's super cool, played all the sports, had the buff body and everything, had a woman. And then think about it in real life. I see white couples. I don't see these dudes with women. They be the ones that look like they from Jersey Shore, still in the club, and they 40-something, still chasing chicks with tribal tattoos. Like, that's not. but you'll get embedded into your brain that that's what's desirable, even on a white side of things. So this is something that, you know, it's not a black problem, and people say. Right, like when they talk about, you know, black women don't like nerds, and I was like, no, this is like people don't like nerds until you understand, you know, that you like secure people, and a lot of nerds can grow up and be secure.
But that phrase, "good guys finish last," didn't come from black culture.
Didn't come from us.
Black people started using it though, especially when it came to, you know, liking what they liked and being rejected.
And especially because good guys aren't promoted in our culture.
Right.
So it always looked like the good guys never win. So we embrace that shit.
But see, not only that, but also see, people have to be weary of good guys though, because a good guy will mold himself to please a chick. You know, he'll be the guy that, you know, oh yeah, I like this. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, you're right. That's not a good guy. You know, that's a pushover. That's a passive. Like, no one wants a passive.
Nobody.
Not in a man. Nobody. No, I don't know any woman that wants a passive man. I've never met any woman that wants that. Most dudes that say they're good guys are really timid, passive men that don't really know how to take charge as a man and be a man. You know, they're still very, you know, unsure of themselves, not, you know, ambitious enough, not, you know, striving to be the best man they can be. And they think they're good guys that's just not getting where they need to be, you know, with women or in life or whatever the case may be. No, a lot of the times you're just weird, bro. I'm sorry, man. It's just, you just... Let me get Demi's thoughts, man. Then we're gonna, you know, push into these outros, man. Because this conversation can go on until the end of time. Demi, nerd women, nerd men, nerd men, black women, blurs, whatever you want to call it. What needs to happen so that we can move past this and stop constantly coming back to this?
I'm gonna speak from my own perspective, because I hate all of y'all, and y'all all just doing some good stuff, but I gotta speak for me, and just kind of hope for the best of everybody else. But honestly, everybody just needs to listen to each other. That's the first thing everybody needs to do. Listen, stop holding so much aggression. You know, you can't let the past work through you and get into your veins, you know? Because if I did the same thing, if I was on the same way that these dudes are on now, the nerdy wrestler / drama club poetry guy, if I let that affect me to now, I would be pretty good. So I can't watch and just let people just let this unfold and unravel. So many people are so aggressive to want to how they point me and be heard. And like Jamil said, perception does affect this. And, you know, it's a lot of backstory to this that continues on. But I think the main thing people just need to do is let that hurt go. If you still harbor that hurt from years prior, it might be time for you to seek therapy, bro.
Yo, he's right. He's
real talk. If you still harbor being rejected and taking some L's and the dating scene, it's time to seek therapy, because that's not a healthy mindset. That's not healthy within you.
And not just that. Oh, I don't want to cut you off, David. Oh my God, I gotta say this. I'm 36 years old, right? So if I was to say, man, black women don't like me because I'm a nerd, you know what I would be speaking on? I would be speaking on, like, I've been in the GTD club for 20 years now. So I would be speaking on stuff from when I was 16 years old.
Get the drums, though.
Get the drums. Get the drums.
Look, I would be speaking on stuff from when I was 16 years old as a 36-year-old man. These dudes out here talking about what women don't like or women rejected them and that's why they did. Dude, you speaking on teenage experiences that you carried into your adulthood and further perpetuated because now you have this you kind of have a stigma against certain people that rejected you and now you want to prove a point.
Exactly.
So
That's
y'all
an Al Bundy syndrome.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns in high school.
Talking about that touchdown, that pass. You still talking about it, brother?
Girls shitted on me. Listen, girls shitted on me. Girls didn't like me. I graduated out of grammar school and I did not have a girlfriend. Did not get no kisses from nobody. Wasn't nobody on my, on my tail or nothing. And when we had our ribbon ceremony and all the girls signed the ribbons and everything, I had about 5 or 6 of them telling me how much they liked me. Okay. What? When did this happen?
That's the thing too.
They've been like me.
So you made a good point though, and this is a problem that a lot of dudes, not even just nerdy dudes, but men period, suffer from. A lot of women not gonna make the first move. They not. Yeah. Even the most confident woman is not going to make the first move. It's not happening, bro. It's just not.
I don't know.
That's not happening until you and them grown and sexy days. Because I didn't make the first move.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I'm pretty fucking aggressive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a lot of chicks out here that aren't going to make the first move. They're gonna wait for the guy to make the first move, and if the guy is waiting on her to make the first move. Yo, y'all both gonna be staring at each other across the room like I like she won't talk to me.
You know what's fucked up?
Yeah, Timbo, y'all ain't never felt awkward where you know that I like you and he just keeps staring and don't say hey or nothing?
Oh yeah.
I like them back or not.
Some guys be staring. Yo, Demi, say what you was gonna say, bro.
You know what's fucked up about all of this? There's a whole subculture behind this, and I don't know if you guys know, but it's called incels.
It's called what?
God. Involuntary celibate.
Yeah. It's a whole subculture behind this of dudes who've been hurt and rejected, and they have a dedicated. They're involuntary celibates.
You know what? I say to that subculture, get the fuck over it.
That's crazy.
I only know about the MGTOW dudes.
No, the incels are the dudes that hold on to that for years, and I mean years.
I hold grudges, but god damn,
that's crazy.
A black woman to hug.
That's the last of the
Dem, you got anything else you want to add, man?
Just basically,
my bad for cutting you off.
Y'all all good. I'm here for the parents, here for the check. But honestly, just let them feelings go. If you still harbor, seek therapy. And for the women, I understand where y'all come from, but y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand the men just as much as you want us to understand you. Mm-hmm. A mutual bond can happen if one of us is not on the same page.
Exactly, bro. Oh my god, facts, man. They speaking. Y'all real talk. Y'all all are amazing men and women. Y'all brought the knowledge today. I love this. I love this dynamic between all of us right now. This would be awesome as like some weekly shit. I'm not gonna lie. Talk about different topics because y'all all for different walks of life, and y'all brought it today, man. Especially the ladies. Ladies, y'all should really consider like doing like a some type of show together with just y'all talking. Yeah, like seriously, y'all all meshed very, very well. I forgot this was my show because I'm like, man, I'm listening to this. This is my show. Let me, but
your minds and you can learn some shit, man.
For real. This is why I wanted to bring ladies on because a bunch of men in a podcast talking about how women feel is stupid because I like women got to
look like a bunch of incels, bro.
Yeah. For real though, I need women here to explain themselves. You know, that's like somebody talking shit about me to you. No, tell it to me so that I can defend myself. You feel me? So I really want to thank everybody for coming through today, man. We're gonna jump into these outros. Starting with Miss Timbo on the track. Give us your outro.
Hey, it's your girl Timbo on the track. Just want to tell everybody in the chat, thank y'all for coming through. Shout out to my girl Choco. Shout out to just all the female gamers. Shout out to my lovely, loving husband, Michi.
Y'all on that cute shit.
And, you know, I'm gonna say this real quick. You know, in my opinion, me and Michi are the prime example of nerds in love. And you know, and living it up and knowing that it is possible to meet that person who loves you unconditionally. So if y'all are out there still holding on to grudges and still thinking that you ain't shit and somebody else thought you wasn't shit, so you ain't gonna never be shit, I'm here to tell you it's possible, man. It's possible.
It's possible, for real. To the ladies that feel like that, I'm single.
We still running co-op games together. We still talking trash to each other in MMOs. Like we doing the damn thing. We trying our best. I mean, no relationship is perfect, and you know, but I know there is somebody out there for everybody. But I will say this: if you have somebody that you're interested in that's different from you, don't judge that person based on the difference. Find out what it is about that difference and try to understand it. Get into it, learn it, embrace it. You may even fucking like it, and it will bring you closer. Don't just judge people off the rip, and don't just, you know, dismiss them because it's different from what you know. It's nothing wrong with growing in knowledge and in love. So, girl Timbo, shout out to my homies and my family and the council. It was great being here, guys.
Definitely. Yo, guys, in the description, you can follow Timbo on Twitter. The link is in the description. Her YouTube channel is also in the description as well, Timbo Battle. Big shout out to Timbo for coming through. Hashtag the council. That's big sis right there. Nothing but love for her. Shout out to Timbo, man. Then we got very, very, very special guest that I really do honestly appreciate for taking time out of her busy day and her schedule to be here.
She put the switch down for you, dog.
Last notice. I just hit her up like, yo, look, yo, Nia, you perfect for the cast. I gotta have you on. She's like, sure. If it's on,
we cool, man. Like, we chop it up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You a cool dude. You ain't no fuckboy, so you know.
Definitely. But you know, Miss Nia, please give us your outro.
What's good, everybody? It's your girl Nia, the video gamer. You guys can follow me on Twitter at the video gamer. I'm pretty much the video gamer everywhere: YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Twitter, wherever there's social media things. I would like to thank you so much for Persona for having me on the cast, man. This was a very enlightening podcast because I'm not gonna lie, man. When we have discussions like this, especially in the Black community, I get a little savage because I'm sick of these niggas always coming at Black women's neck. So I was ready to come with the savage, but I'm glad that I did it. But I'm glad that I did it, and I'm glad that I had an opportunity to hear perspectives from different people because I think that I definitely needed it. Yeah. As an educator, I'm a lifelong learner. I'm always willing to learn no matter how old I get. So hey, I learned some stuff today, and I'm glad for it. You guys are awesome. And man, if you need me to come back and do some more talks like this, I am more than happy to do so.
Definitely. I'm definitely gonna have you on the podcast again. Definitely gotta have you on Mind of a Gamer for sure, and get your thoughts on these gaming topics. For sure. Definitely check out sheattack.com, by the way, too.
It's now teambossflare.com.
Oh, Team Boss. Yo, I'm gonna change the link in.
Yeah, it's okay. We're in the middle of a big overhaul. Like,
okay. So
it's still new.
Okay, if they type in She Attack, will it just automatically go to Boss Slayer, or it's got to be? No. Okay, so send me the link so that I can. So definitely check out BossSlayer.com, and definitely follow Video Gamer on Twitter, which is the link is in the description. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. Link is also in the description.
If you like Nintendo things, that's what I do on my channel. I do a lot of discussions about Nintendo stuff.
Definitely, she is the Nintendo girl, and I come to her for my Nintendo news because I know she's gonna speak on it.
And I'm gonna tell the truth.
She gonna tell the truth, but it's gonna be a little hit the bias, and you know she Nintendo fan.
I like who I like, my guy. I like who I
like. But definitely support these women in gaming, man. These women are out here playing these games. Support my sisters, please. And then last but not least, we got this Crunk Girl.
Man, look at that.
The Council, a Double XP podcast. Boss Slayer. You out here. You all over the place, Crunk. You famous out here. Give us your outro.
I've been doing YouTube for so long. I know everything.
Oh, really?
For real. You do.
I do, man. You're old out here. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me. This was actually a great discussion. I'm sitting back listening too, man. Put myself on mute and soaking all this game up because I feel like black people enough when we sit down and just talk about our issues and the things that's going on in our communities.
For sure.
I don't think we talk about it enough in a way that's not so judgmental, but more like
it's always a lot of heat on both sides.
Yeah, I like when we're talking to each other and not
facts.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Especially around people that you know, that you're cool with, and you can actually have a discussion, not screaming and hollering over each other and disagreeing and you this and you that, and it's all love, and then it's all love again.
I would like to apologize to all of the people who felt slighted when I said beta ass niggas on Facebook.
Oh Lord.
Sorry.
That's my dog.
Anyway, thanks to everybody for coming through. We had a real good discussion in the chat too. Like they was going ham in the chat.
Yeah, they were going in the chat.
Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter. I'm always on there. It's summertime, so I'm not in school now, so I'll be more proactive on my YouTube from now on. Finally, I ain't got to worry about writing papers and taking tests.
That's a lovely feeling, man.
I'll be a little bit more prevalent on YouTube. Y'all will see me a little bit more. But yeah, man, this is cool. Hopefully, we can do this a little bit more often. I would love having these discussions more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
I agree.
Yo, Crunk Girl, that's my peoples, man. Definitely go subscribe to her channel, Crunk Girl 711. Link is in the description. Follow her on Twitter. Link is in the description as well. Yo, again, support these women, these sisters in gaming, because these women are legit when it comes to the gaming.
Test this gangster. My PSN is Crunk Girl 711.
If you into Nintendo stuff, you got Video Gamer. If you into sports, you got Crunk Girl 711. And if you into horror games, games, Timbo is listen. That's the horror queen. You feel me?
Horror game. Timbo, you got a channel, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, link it up.
I'm gonna say this: Timbo out here still in nigga flow with one bullet, one bullet at a time.
Yo, but now we got the men, man. We got Jamil, aka Uppercase J. Yo, Jamil, please, man, give us your outro, bro.
Yeah, my outro is gonna be kind of like an intro because I just want to let people know that this nerd shit is not, I don't know. Like, I grew up making comic books. Did all the typical nerd shit, but I also played a bunch of sports. I was pretty well adjusted. I didn't, I don't have a bad experience about it. And here I am, my fiance is definitely not a nerd. She acts like a nerd, but she's not one. And she don't like none of the shit I like. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit, black women, this, that, and the third. Like I have one that, I have to fight with her to try to get video game time in, because she got to watch her reality shows or, well, we got a lot of stuff in common too. And I put her on stuff. Like I get her into things that I'm into. She get me into things she into. And that's just what it is. And stop thinking that, you are restricted to your little bubble and you can only be with somebody that likes what you like or, or because you like what you like, nobody will like you. It's a cop-out. And it's something that, it conveniently absolves you of any accountability. Maybe your breath stink, maybe your personality whack, maybe you don't wash your ass. I don't know what it is, or it could just be that people
that's the person for you.
Right. And people have the right to like what they want to like and not like what they want to not like.
Exactly.
And nobody should be demonized for it. So if people ain't feeling you because you a nerd, then keep it moving. It's 7 billion people. Somebody likes nerds. Keep it going. You know, and I definitely was and am a nerd, and you know, I'm not suffering in life because of it. I have nothing to say. And anytime I felt like I was suffering because of whatever, I had to check myself because it was something that was wrong with me, really. And once I addressed it, I didn't have any more problems. And I'm going to try to get some nerd shit in today. I'm going to try to get some gaming in. Hopefully, it's Thursday and Scandal's not on anymore. But I don't know if something else is. You know, I strayed away from social media. I don't do Twitter and none of that stuff. I really don't even be in these Facebook groups no more because I don't know. Maybe I'm antisocial like this nerd thing. I don't know. So I don't have no channel to follow. I don't have no social media to follow. I do, but just don't go looking for me, please. If I pop up, it's because I got some extra time and I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to say. I constantly make videos that I don't publish that aren't necessarily pertaining to a specific moment in time, so I can drop them anytime I want to. So just provoke me, get me pissed off enough, and I'll do it. Say something stupid, because this topic right here almost made me go crazy and have about 10 videos on my channel that I don't do anymore.
Wow.
So keep it up. Y'all almost got me there. That's why I'm not on social media. Y'all almost got me there.
Something with your damn channel.
Yo, Jamil,
y'all almost got me there with this one. I was getting ready to go off.
Yeah, when it comes to debating, like I said, Jamil is he's A1. He brings a very intellectual spin to his debates that make you.
I'm still waiting on him and Michi to get together. I don't know.
I keep telling him, man. He don't want that. He don't want that.
That'd be amazing.
I'm waiting on that. Like, can that be my birthday present or something? I need this, man. This has to happen.
I don't think he really wants that.
No, I want it. I want it. You don't understand? That's
you want it, but he don't.
It's gonna be like a paradox.
Jamil and
it's gonna
me
be like Earth 2 just crashed into Earth 1. You know what I'm saying? Like I just need.
Yo, Jamil and Michi in a podcast talk about Xbox and PlayStation. Listen, I'll pay to see that. You feel me? I need to see that.
Look, I'll put it like this. Everybody say I should do something on my channel. Tell him to do it, and I'll do it. Ain't no hesitation. I'll do it if he doesn't. I'll do it.
Definitely.
So it ain't me holding it up, it's him.
definitely subscribe to Uppercase J's YouTube channel.
No, don't do it.
No? Oh my god. Check the link in the description.
Oh man. It ain't no link, it's just a dash next to my name. Ain't no link. I like it like that. No, go look. There's nothing but my name. That's perfect. I saw that and I laughed. I was like, that's perfect. Don't do me like that. I only got like 10 videos on my channel.
Then we got last but not least, we got Mouth Boys in the building. Demi, man, give us your outro, bro.
What's up, everybody? The Review Titan Demi got reviews here. Glad to be a part of the show. Had fun. And just a little word of inspiration. If my nerdy, quirky self can find somebody, y'all all can. So don't let your dreams defer you, people. Thank you.
She still got to get cleared by me first, though. That's all I'm saying.
Also, shout out to the one person that was watching. That's very special to me. Thank you for coming through. Go check out my God of War review. Great stuff. Yeah, especially, it does contain spoilers, so if you haven't beaten the game, just drop the like. Don't watch it. But Sea of Thieves review up there also. I did my first playthrough of Beyond Two Souls. Enjoyed myself, and yeah, I'm just glad to be here. Glad to have a great time. Glad for everybody coming through, man. It was a great show. Even though I was ad-libbing for everybody.
I gotta be honest. I was very nervous about doing the show because honestly, I didn't think everybody would be open to speaking this openly about, like, you know, personal things in their life, you know, past things. And I was a little nervous, you know, and I did think there was going to be an argument of some sort. I ain't even going to front that. I thought it was. So I'm very happy that the show, we all was very open to everyone's ideas, everyone's thoughts, everyone's, you know, walks of life in this story. I really, again, appreciate all you guys for taking the time out of y'all evenings to come through and be a part of this podcast. And like I said, man, Crunk, Timbo, Nia. Y'all need to do a podcast together, honestly.
Big facts.
And shout out to Chris who had to leave a little early.
Y'all are fire.
Yeah.
Y'all are fire.
Some very good insight as well.
Definitely.
So shout out to Chris.
Oh yeah, shout out to Chris Kazama. I think he had to cut out earlier. His channel in the description as well. The Greatness Awaits Show. His Twitter is also in there. Chris Kazama. Subscribe to him, please.
Yes.
And with that being said, man, again, thank everybody for coming through to the show, man. Shout out to Bari, Chuck. Oh yeah, before I forget, man, make sure you guys check out the Jay Bari Show. The link is in the description. Make sure you check out Plus Unblocked Podcast, Chuck Gaming's channel. The link to that is also in the description. And Mind of a Gamer Podcast is every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get yourself a bowl of mug in the morning.
Hey, also, y'all should support the online arcade. They got some tournaments coming up as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Check out an online arcade. That's Bari's heading it up along with Chuck. And, you know, they got some stuff coming up. So, and if you're not in PSNA, make sure you join us on Facebook, PlayStation Nation All-Stars.
In the morning. I like
we actually got a TOA tournament happening middle of May. Be on the lookout for the links to that, which will be in the on my Twitter and on Bari's Twitter and whatnot. But yeah, let's let everybody get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good evening, have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next week, man.
Hey, don't let your dreams defer you, people. Everybody got love.
Peace, and wash your ass.
Oh man,
powder after too.
Don't do the diamond wash. Wash your whole ass.
And spend that extra $5 to let your barber line you up nice.
Oh god. We out. Peace.